Hey residents, welcome to the Borough Section. The show has a new look, new vibe, all new setup. Remember to follow us on Instagram at The Shade Borough and on YouTube.
Yeah, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Episodes dropping weekly. Obviously, as you know, there's a big idea out there about podcasts, especially black podcasts as well. And obviously, majority of the time, clips might go on, for example, The Shade Borough, and people will literally be saying, cancel podcast.
Do you remember
defund.
Do you remember the first clip of the Borough Section that went on the Shade Borough page, which I'm still beefing production for? Like,
was that the one where you were talking about men eating bottom on balconies or something like that?
Okay, first of all, don't.
So something about eating bottom.
Yeah, people know what I said. Like, even in the comments, how people took it like, take Max away from black people, defund podcast. I actually saw another podcast have an episode titled, Do We Need to Defund Men's Podcasts?
Okay.
And I was just like, that's so interesting. But I'm just going to be honest. So with podcast shaming, because there's a lot of it now.
Yeah,
yes,
of course.
there are loads of podcasts. It's a good way of people making money, getting their voices out there, being seen and heard. But I find podcast shaming very fake. I feel like it's something that's cool to do right now, especially on the internet.
What are you saying, Ash? What do you think of all of these podcasts nowadays? What's your thoughts, honestly?
To be honest, I don't actually watch podcasts.
Is it?
No.
Oh, I do. I can't lie. I like, you know what? I got a love and hate relationship with the whole podcast thing, yeah? Because I rate that people come on and share their opinions. Do you get it? Because I feel like nowadays a lot of people don't even fucking have an opinion. Do you get it? They watch podcasts to even find an opinion. Do you get it? So I rate people that's coming out there and sharing their opinion, putting themselves out there when the majority ain't. Do you get it?
I just feel like, do you know what? Like, I didn't choose this life. This life chose me. Do you get it? And it's like, I just feel like some people need to be entertained. And it's like, if I can bring a little bit of light into your life and you can have one do last, like, I don't mind, because some people need that shit.
So what are you talking about? That's you being on a podcast?
Yeah, I'm just talking about myself.
Yeah, obviously. That's normal, bro. Honestly, you see on podcasts, yeah, what I like is when there's people with different opinions. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because it lets people know, bro, open your mind, think different shit. Because, yeah, I feel like that's what we're lacking right now, the individuality. And, yeah, that's what podcasts are semi-bringing back. But at the same time, it's a bit oversaturated. Do you get what I'm saying? And it kind of shows. The podcasts that kind of like blossom and get attention are ones where people are very vocal with their opinion. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Even the word podcast shame, I'm not bothered by it, because you can't shame me for doing something that I do well, right? But the problem, this is where the problem lies. Everyone should have a voice. And whereas before there were gatekeepers, in music there were gatekeepers, in TV there was gatekeepers, YouTube and cameras and equipment has made it a leveling playing field, which means that no matter what idea I want to create, as long as I put my money up, I can see my vision happen, right? So, and then it's up to the audience and the people that decide whether or not my platform is going to be whatever, right? So what I think is I like competition. And when I see other people do it, in actual fact, I see something that I can do. And if I can do it, why shouldn't I not put myself forward? I don't need to audition. I don't need to ask someone to give me a presenter job. No, I get my equipment, I do my stuff, and I start my own stuff, right? And I think especially there's a lot of podcasts that, see, if you started your podcast in the pandemic, you just got them free subscribers for no one had nothing to do, right? Everyone just subscribed. But for people like me that just got into the podcast scene, you have some people that are massive platforms, lots of subscribers, followers, whatever. You have people that come in. Now, you will see the same faces that these brands use all the time, the same regurgitated faces, the same podcast that they use, right? But then no one's trying to bring anyone else in. You have to kick off the door. And part of kicking off the door is saying, I don't need your podcast. I don't need you. I will do myself independent. I'll create it myself. And when you create something independent, no one can knock you off. So this thing where they say, oh, you know, the government's thrown podcast equipment in the hood, none of them can't speak in. It's all types of shame tactics and ways to stop people from creatively expressing themselves. And I think everyone deserves a voice, and we should let the public decide.
Okay.
And with that saying, the Mandom's Voice podcast, go check it out.
sometimes I see clips of certain podcasts and I'm just like, God, Jesus Christ. Like, is this what you think or is this how you speak? Whatever. But then what I do is if I'm really bothered by it, I will make that conscious effort to go on YouTube or whatever platform to look at the full episode. Then I can make my judgment. But then
People are rare to do that though.
But then maybe it's because I sit on 2 podcasts.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I know what I would like
You
people
see it
to
from
do.
the other perspective.
I see it from the other side. But then I just find it very fake, especially places like Twitter and stuff. It's just cool to run with the negativity
That's why I
sometimes.
can't do Twitter, man. I think Twitter's dark. I think it's a dark.
Do you think it's a dark place?
I can't think about it. Yeah, Twitter for me is a platform where everybody's right. That's mad.
Everyone on Twitter earns 100k, by the way.
So everyone's a real in the 5% of the UK.
Basically.
Everyone's correct, and everyone believes their opinion is final. So for me, it's like it's a very scary place. Like I went on Twitter the other day, and it was shouting at me. I was thinking, my God, like everything with the timeline. Thinking, why is everyone so angry or pressed about things
Do you know
that don't
what?
concern them? It's crazy.
Do you know what I saw on Twitter about black men and podcasts? People saying that black men need to access counselling and therapy instead of having podcasts. And
all men,
I
not just
think,
black, not just black.
No, but I've seen people specify that. I've actually seen it. But then I think that's such a horrible thing to say. It's a disgusting thing to say because if black men have podcasts, I don't understand why they've been so subcategorized. Categorized? Did I say that correctly?
Yeah,
Categorized.
sounds about right.
Sounds about right. I don't know why that is because this is an art form at the end of the day. Do you get what I mean? So I just feel like the whole podcast shaming thing is just very fake.
For me, I think it's unfair to paint everyone with the same brush based off your opinion that you've seen of a select few. I think sometimes there's a lot of people here, like I said before, doing some great content and don't just because they might be black and they might have a mic, it's now cancel them.
Exactly.
Because people are pushing out some good stuff. So I'll say don't be quick to judge.
I just think, that everybody has a choice in it. And sometimes that I do like go into the comment sections and it'll be like, oh, like, you should like have to do a test before you do like a podcast because like people are talking shit. But at the end of the day, you don't have to watch it. At the end of the day, freedom of speech, like let people be happy, let people do what they're doing, innit? At the end of the day, like we all think differently. And, like if you wouldn't embrace the ways how people think, then, you can open your mind to a lot of things. And if you don't, like, you don't have to indulge, you don't have to cuss people because, like mental health is real. And, sometimes like people put themselves out there.
Yeah, no, it's a big thing
you see
still.
the backlash.
Yeah, no, it's a
Backlash
mad
can
thing.
sometimes be a lot to deal with.
Hey, when it comes to a podcast, the maturity of the people on there is a real big thing. I remember I made you think one time, he posted a clip here of one brother that he was talking about, like, he couldn't get hard or like something, bro. It was a mad thing, bro. It was a mad thing. Like, he was dealing with a real life problem on a podcast. And, bro, literally, the guys on there, they just weren't on his level of, like, maturity. And, like, my man's talking about a serious thing. And, bro, honestly, like, they were just onto it, roasting him, like. So it's like, even this podcast thing, bro, it needs
Bro,
to...
I'm not going to lie to you, I would have kept that to myself.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy.
I think it's so beautiful. Like, so many black people have started podcasts, like, recently. Like, there's so many black podcasts. But I feel like whenever there's a lot of black people doing something good, we start to hate on it. So, like, rapping was, like, cool until lots of people started doing rapping. And now it's like, what the fuck, why is everyone rapping? Doing podcasts was like, wow, you're doing a podcast. But now, because lots of black... And, deeper, it only became a bad thing with... podcasts only became a bad thing when lots of black people started doing it.
Can I say something to you as well? It's not just, people have to understand something. Well, the man them are learning broadcasting, the man them are learning filming, the man them are learning lighting, the man them are learning editing. The man them are not just twiddling our fingers, playing on
There's actual
computers.
things
The
that
man
go
them are
into
learning
it.
skills that you can now go into the film industry and use these skills. You understand? Like, even just for me being in here, I know what that is. That's called a C stand. That's not just a stand, that's a C stand, and he knows what it's called. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
just a stand.
But what I'm trying to say to you, I know that because of I know all the terminologies for it. So I could cross over and to go into documentary making, go do other stuff. You could take these skills, take them to Africa, Caribbean, whatever you want to go and do, and go and take the skills you go and learn. So when people are out there pointing fingers, that's because most people don't see the bigger picture. They just see you for whatever you are now. They don't see the dreams and the things that you're planning.
But another thing that I want to say though, I don't think it's just because people are starting podcasts. Because I remember there was a point where I joined the wave until I realized how stupid it was. One thing that people are kind of annoyed about is with black podcasts, they do tend to talk about the same thing, like repetitively. And it's the same points that have been said again and again. You're asking the same questions that you already know how the reaction of the public is going to be.
But you know what it is? If we keep asking the same questions, it's because they're not being answered.
Well,
so
they really are sometimes.
No, because see,
like sometimes we've been answered it,
but
we've been saying our answers.
No, but what is the person on the ground experiencing? So it's one thing to say, "Oh, I've heard this before," but if people are still experiencing this, they want this. Then ultimately, all we ever doing on the podcast, depending on what your podcast is doing, is a reflection on what people want you to speak about or what people are going through, depending on what it is. So sometimes it might, but it'll be like, maybe people just need to start changing their behavior. Then we won't have to keep talking about the same subjects. I'm just saying.
My boyfriend saw my bank balance by accident and has now found out I have £188,000. Okay, let's say that again. I've got £188,000 in savings. All of a sudden, he wants to split the bill and isn't even generous. Send me his wish list and is acting weird. Should I have told him about this?
Wait, hold on. Is this a true story or is this like made up?
it is. No, this is some.
It's real
said,
shit. Go on.
For a young girl, whoever you are, because it came from an ACS page, so you're a uni student, well done to you, because when I was in uni, I chopped money. Like
I had minus 188,000. Don't laugh. Oh, is that funny? That's debt.
No, you did.
I'm still paying off now. That's severe debt.
That is funny. Like, shout out to you. But then I kind of feel like your man's a hater. Like, he's a hater because he's splitting stuff with you and he's sending you his wish list. So he's not even ashamed.
The wish list is where he's going mad.
Yeah, like.
But I do see that, like, if my woman's got 188,000, like, let's help me out a bit. A little bit.
But
like,
that's
in terms
her
of like
savings.
No, okay, cool. But when it comes to like certain things, you know, sometimes women just have a certain expectation for a man to always pay. If she can pay, then she should do that. But I don't know the situation in the relationship.
Peep the context though. These are uni students. So
he hasn't got much.
So, but here's the thing. She's probably sacrificed a lot to pay for that. Her parents could have given her maybe half of it as a starting point and she has saved on top. It could be any one of those things. But then for him to behave like that, sir, you need to just go recheck your life a little bit. And young sis, I can't lie, you might need to drop this boy out, because if they're students, if it's starting this early, what's it going to be like in the future? Would he even be motivated to take care of you? Because, you know, men like to throw their masculinity around. They want to be the one that, you know, that's taking care of you. But he wants to be taken care of.
I don't know why people are attacking the guy. Like, I'll be so honest. Like, we don't know the guy's financial situation. So he could be working, I don't know, at TK Maxx, and he has like max £200 in his bank account. But he's giving his all, trying to take his girl out, trying to do this. But you just found out your girl has 188k and she can actually help you do all the things that you've been doing for her. She can take you out for a change. She can buy you clothes for a change. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Just because she's a woman now and she had, okay, because let's think about it the opposite way around. If the boy had 188k in his bank account, but you were only taking her to Nando's, she's gonna want more because you have 188k.
You can have 188 pounds in your account, she's still gonna want more.
Okay, let's not get into that topic. But I just don't see it as an issue. I don't think the guy should be attacked in any way, shape, or form. I think it was a bit cheeky to be sending a wish list. Have a little bit of shame, just a bit. But everything else, wanting her to take him on dates, I don't see any issue with that.
First of all, what I want to say is your boyfriend is a bad bitch and you need to leave him and find someone on your level.
Yeah, honestly, my brother, whoever you are, you need to grow a pair, my brother.
You get it?
Honestly,
at the end of the day, that
seriously.
should just make you want to do better, because I'm not being fun of it, but like, what, my girl's got 188k in her savings and I'm sending her wish list. Nah, bro, I'm feeling emasculated. Do you get it?
But at the
I ain't
same
asking
time,
no one for shit.
no, but at the same time, how can someone so close to you have that and you don't even know? Like, honestly, like, no hints, no telltale signs. Like, oh, God. It don't even make sense.
I don't know about that, dog.
Real shit, my brother, you need to grow up here, my bro. Honestly.
100%. Like, at the end of the day, grind harder, because at the end of the day, your girl's got bread in it. Like, what you
Big
wanna
up
do?
her as well,
What you
though.
wanna do? You wanna be
Yeah.
out here living off gal,
Yeah,
or
seriously.
you wanna be the provider like a man should? Like, please just let me know.
Let us know, my guy. Seriously.
When I was speaking from the minus 188,000. In reality, a woman, a woman, what she earns doesn't really affect me, or what she has doesn't really affect me. Because for me, as a man, as I am, I'm gonna be looking after her regardless. So whatever she's got, she's got. She come into a relation with that. Why should I now want to sponge off her? Do you know what I'm saying?
But then at the same time, I don't want to go too deep into this because I feel like we'll be here for ages. But then I also feel like men are a little bit envious of women who are doing quote unquote better than them in life.
Yeah, of course, because
Yeah.
it's a power shift.
Yeah, men are very.
But you have to be confident
I've
within
experienced
yourself.
it before.
Yeah.
Men are haters. Well,
No,
Yeah.
not haters. But it's
What's he doing? He's saying-
uncomfortable if a man's earning less, because a woman she'll start talking to you differently. When a woman earns more, you'll be like, the voice changes, the chest becomes more pumped.
I can't lie, I did.
See, so I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Uh-huh.
And as soon as anything goes wrong, you need to get your broke ass out. All the time, it's mad. But yeah, I'll just say, any man, be secure within yourself and don't let a woman's what she's bringing to the relationship affect you.
And
That's what
I
I'll
just
say.
feel like if you're gonna date, you want to date seriously and you're dating forever, just be in a comfortable position, because I don't believe in dating down.
Yeah.
Because it happens.
So I find it quite interesting when this was played. Your response is different. Nikki's response was different. Aisha's response is different. But it's like when a man when you meet for the moment you meet a man with money, for the moment you meet a man, even without money, you're directly in beneficiary of that man's funds. So the moment I meet you, from the first date, I start spending money on you. So when a woman has money, no one benefits. When a man has money, society and a woman directly benefits from it, right? When a man has money, they will use it to get women or to do things with women. When a woman has money, she uses it to show a man why she doesn't need it, as they were proven right in the previous, right? So this is what I always say to them. Whenever women talk about, I make 6 figures, I do this, so what? We don't care about that. Get in the kitchen and make a sandwich.
Excuse me?
I'm not talking to you. I'm just saying. The reason we don't care about that is because you lead with it. Oh, I have money. You said it, like she said it. Nikki said in the last week, I haven't got money. So, but when a man has money, they spend it on you. When you have a money, you use it to show a man why you don't need a man. So this is why we don't care about what one woman earns, because you don't spend it on us. So why would we care about it?
Okay, when women have money...
But guess what? But when I have money, from the moment I have money, I'm spending it on you. But you have money and you want to use it as the thing to, this is why I don't need a man. So let me tell you something. Men have never looked for women men prioritize femininity, youth, and purity, low body count. We don't care about how much money you earn. Women care about how much money a man earns because they benefit from it. And you women prove to me that if you earn 188k, we don't have any access to it. So what good is it to us? So him as a man, I don't know why he's acting a wish list, because in reality, women are not going to spend their money on you. And if a woman does spend money, you should be happy.
Women can spend money on men, but we're not going to spend money on a man that says, get in the kitchen and make a sandwich.
No, you're missing what I'm trying to say to you is, I don't need you to spend, but what I'm trying to say to you is, your money doesn't mean anything because you don't use it to do anything with me. You use it to emasculate me. So why would I care if you have 188k?
I don't feel like every woman does that. I feel like
when they go back to the last 2 conversations, listen to what the women said when they got the money. But men get money every day and we spend it on women every day and we don't care. We take out women that have no interest in us whatsoever and going to spend our money, and then we go do it again and we do it again. That's the name of the game. A woman gets money and it's, I don't need, but guess what?
But when a woman gets money as well, I just want to say that that goes into looking nice for the guy. So the reason why you'll be attracted to a girl is because she spent money to get her hair
Not
done.
108k.
No, but maintenance is very expensive.
I know, but what I'm trying to say to you is he doesn't have to care. Like, he's more focused on the money as a man. That doesn't matter, yeah? Because ultimately, the women don't use the money for you. They use it to show you why they don't need you. But ultimately, at the end, men, we don't care about your money. So most of the women that earn a lot, they end up dating men that earn less than them, because the men in the same things, they don't look to women for money, because Most men that are doing their thing, we don't look at it as it's not something that we're attracted to. Women are attracted to a man with money.
So if your girl had 188k in the bank account and she hasn't said anything to you, and you find out, you wouldn't want her to spend any of that money on you at all.
No, but listen to this. It's if she doesn't want to spend money, you
wouldn't mind.
Because she's a woman, and most women don't want to spend that much amount of money. But if she does, it will prove something to me. But guess what? Men won't have that, and they will go in the minus and still spend it. But a woman will have it and won't want to spend it. And that's the difference why it doesn't care if you make money, because we're not attracted to it. We care about how you look. We care about your femininity. We care about your purity and obviously your youth.
Hey residents, welcome to the Borough Section. The show has a new look, new vibe, all new setup. Remember to follow us on Instagram at The Shade Borough and on YouTube.
Yeah, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Episodes dropping weekly.